winner. Tail the tape brought to you by VeChain, the official blockchain of UFC. Paul Craig, 36. Caio Borralho, 31. Couple inches the difference in height. 1 inch in reach for Paul Craig. All right, now for the introductions, back inside of Bruce Buffer.
Senhoras e senhores do Brasil, bem-vindos! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Farmacy Arena in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, for UFC 301, Pantoja versus Urseg. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This fight is presented by Stake.com, the world's leading sportsbook and casino. Introducing a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 15 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 1 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of São Luís, Maranhão, Brazil, Caio the Natural Borralho. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 17 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 3 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Coatbridge, Scotland, Paul Craig. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
One of 2 main card assignments for Mark Goddard. Jenny Andrade with us here as usual in Rio. UFC 300 was systematically insane. We'll see what UFC 301 has to offer. UFC 301 Fight Clock brought to you by Timex. A Timex on your wrist is a reminder to make time yours. Get yours today at Timex.com. Paul Craig wearing that Scotland blue. Caio Borralho out of that southpaw stance in white.
And you see already from Borralho, John, that in and out, hands a little low, bit of a karate style.
Craig has realized a lot of success against southpaws in his career.
It's that single leg side. He's got that lead leg where you can just kind of grab it when you're trying to wrestle. That's the benefits to fighting a southpaw. Just got to reach down and grab that leg.
Oh boy. Paul's reaction time with the strikes up top worries me.
And he did not react fast. I mean, Borralho darted in so quickly, he went past Paul Craig.
Got a tie up here, though. And I'm definitely curious to see how these two operate on the ground with each other.
Paul got to the double leg. He locked him down. He's got to pull him away from the octagon side, though.
Big strikes there. Gave Craig something to think about. So nice job by Borralho to post and get upright.
Yeah, just did enough to get Paul not really thinking about that takedown anymore. Thinking about, I don't want to get punched inside of my head anymore.
Borralho's got to be very careful trying to step through on that whizzer.
Oh, Borralho's not going to engage. Yeah. I knew that was coming.
You can tell this nation is already firmly behind the budding middleweight contender, 14th ranked Caio Borralho. Beautiful straight right hand followed up with another shot.
Another case where speed is the big difference between these two. Paul shooting way too far.
Paul's got to do a better job of setting up the shots. But Paul, that's what he talked about. Paul said that he's got to make guys respect his hands, and they don't make for his offensive wrestling to be more successful.
Yeah.
Right now, he's either wrestling or he's striking. He's not doing them together.
He's getting hit too much here.
Yeah.
Our partners at Crypto.com have a special offer for UFC 301 for a limited time. Apply for a Crypto.com Visa card. Get a free iPhone. Download the Crypto.com app today. Body kick for Craig.
He keeps trying to pull guard. Look, that's people that love jiu-jitsu are like, well, you pull guard. It doesn't work when a guy doesn't want to engage there. They just stand up.
And Paul has got to address it. He can't just throw these kicks out in front of Caio Borralho, and he's leaving his chin in the same line.
Good inside leg kick from Craig now. Under 2 minutes to go, round one.
Borralho's reaching because he doesn't feel the threat coming back from Craig. So he can just, look at that, he just dives in with his shots because there's nothing he has to worry about on the opposite side. Craig needs to try to change his approach and try to change levels when Borralho attacks him. Maybe a counter shot would be good for him.
Paul Craig 0 for 5 on his takedown attempts thus far.
I mean, we really haven't even seen Craig try to use any boxing. All power kick side.
Yep.
Yeah. About 15 fights into his UFC career, Paul Craig changed gyms. He's been at higher level MMA for the last 2 years, developing his striking style. Still trying to get untracked in that realm here tonight as he lands to the body and Borralho lands up top.
That was a good body kick there by Paul.
He's shown that he's got great kicks. But the problem is he stays right where he's at. He doesn't step off on the angle. When you're going to throw big body kicks with somebody who's looking to counter strike, you have to step off. You have to pivot your foot ahead of time so that your head gets off the center line. So that punch, if it's countering coming at you, it goes potentially past you.
Well, one thing is he has not made Borralho take one back step. He's just forward the whole time. He's into it. People cannot walk you down the whole fight. If that's happening, you're losing.
All right, strong start for the favorite. Corner Cam brought to you by Prime Hydration, the fastest growing beverage in history and the official sports drink of UFC. With only 25 calories, 0 added sugar, BCAAs, and electrolytes. Now available at Walmart.
Just keep throwing the kicks, and then later on switch it up to the head. Right. Cool? Right. Shadow box a wee bit with your hands in front of you, and then fake the kick and bang on the right horn. Keep your left frame high. Keep it nice and high and just look through it. Yes, sir. You cool? Good round, mate.
Keep blitzing in, let that wee intercept the elbow go, mate.
Yep. Just let him run at the elbow, but runs at you, mate. It was a good round. The kicks are working beautiful. Yep. Mate, just don't...
All right, let's take a look at some of the action from the first round. There's a beautiful jab from Borralho and a left hand right on the jaw. And look at where Paul Craig's chin is. It's up. It's extended. Look at where he is when he's throwing that kick. He's straight in front of Borralho. I'll tell you what, his chin held up, though, throughout the round.
Part of the reason is because Borralho's not bringing his base with him. He's kind of lunging himself, right? His legs are too wide. He's not bringing his base.
Countdown is on. UFC 303, Conor McGregor. The sport's biggest star, past or present, is back. He faces the credentialed Michael Chandler. UFC 303 coming up June 29th. It is only on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. All right, Coach Dean Thomas with us all night. Dean, what are you seeing?
Yeah, you're right. Borralho is reaching for those shots, which is not allowing him to get him at the proper end of the punch. He'd be better served by pushing Paul Craig against the fence and throwing combinations, because Paul Craig doesn't have the defense to deal with punches. If I'm Caio Borralho, push him against the fence and throw combinations.
Force him in the boxing range.
Exactly, because all Craig is doing is kicking. He can't kick if you're smothering him. If you're smothering the kick, he can't kick. But look at him lunge there. He's off balance, so he's not sitting down on his punches.
Seems like he's getting a bit frustrated here. And Paul's, he's still landing these kicks. Oh, there's another jab. But again, he's in close. That's where Borralho's got to try to capitalize. Once he gets in there. Big shots there.
Yep, both sides landing. Craig has certainly closed the gap in terms of the significant strikes being landed. Oh! Huge knee for Borralho. Craig appeared to eat it. Wow. Paul Craig gets back to his feet under 4 minutes here, round two.
Yeah, Borralho's got to just trust this boxing. He's got to step in range and start to let it go. I think that right kick of Paul is starting to affect that left arm of Borralho.
Look at his elbow. He's trying to keep that
it's going to
elbow
be swollen.
Well, that's what they say about high kicks. High kicks and hard body kicks, they can be defended, but they won't be countered. They're not countering a hard high kick.
Yeah.
Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, only in theaters May 24th.
Oh my goodness, there's the combo.
In combination for Caio Borralho.
That's it.
How about it? 13 in a row for the budding Brazilian star, Caio, the natural Borralho.
We said he needed to step into the range of the boxing. And when he did it, he started landing clean and put Paul Craig out bad.
But it was really nothing coming back in his direction that should scare him off of fighting in that way.
No, just kicks. And once he got past the kicking range.
So they attend to a fallen Paul Craig. What a moment for Caio Borralho. Tonight's fight replays brought to you by Monaco Canned Cocktails. 2 shots in every can. Feel the fun.
All right, let's take a look. This is some of the shots from Borralho that hurt him earlier. There's that straight left, which was really successful for Borralho. He had really good striking throughout the fight. Here's that knee. My goodness, credit to Paul Craig. Somehow ate that one and got back up to his feet eventually, but it was the beginning of the end. There's another left, and that one right behind the ear, staggering Paul Craig. And then these big shots. There's the one that just cripples him, puts him down. And thank God the ref, Mark Goddard, was able to step in there and stop this one. One more look. There it is. Puts him down. Biggest win of Caio Borralho's career by far.
Sure. Well, and as some of our fans may recall, Borralho had to compete twice on Season 5 of Dana White's Contender Series back in 2021 to realize a UFC contract. And man, is he making up for lost time. 31 years of age, 6-0 in the UFC. And at the very least, he'll be number 13 next week. But this man is either going to be in a fight night main event or in a prominent showcase. Caio Borralho, big things. Mimicking the champ Alex Pineda there. All right, official decision is brought to you by Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, only in theaters May 24th. Here's Buff to wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 10 seconds of the second round. For the winner, by knockout, Caio, the natural Borralho.